I'm still Paula for those returning. So the weather has taken a very wet turn these last few days and I am not mad about it at all. Just making myself a lovely coffee. That's better. Just made myself a lovely coffee. I've got 1,000,001 things to do, so I can't stick around for long. But I just wanted to let you know, it's the beginning of the week, and despite yesterday feeling quite cloudy after a poor night's sleep, today I'm full of clarity. I'm full of clarity and purpose. And I've started using this cute thing on my phone, it's on the iPhone. It started coming up out of the blue from the health section, and it asks you how you're feeling in the middle of the day. And I've been logging it for about a month now, and it's just very interesting to see the habits and the patterns where it says how do you feel and why do you feel that way, and you're putting down health is good or stressed, and it's like the factors, work, family. It just really helps identify the stuff that fills your cup and doesn't, which is great, of course it is. I'll tell you what does fill my cup, but that I shouldn't be eating. It's a pastry from Waitrose that the Manka bought me to have today, which I am about to go and eat. Of course I'll eat it because he got me it, but I have been doing very well at not eating unscheduled snacks when I'm not supposed to be. But I just wanted to tell you something else before I continue with the day, that basically I've been thinking a lot as ever, and we've invited my parents to come for Christmas, which is a real surprise move by me, and I'll tell you why. Because every year I find Christmas quite difficult. Last year was by far the worst Christmas I've ever had due to health reasons. But it's always a bit of a scrabble from a family that are really spread out, mixed up. We don't spend lots of time together. We're all over the country, and we just don't have a Christmas family tradition or routine, nothing. And whilst I want to start traditions with my own family that we have here, I decided to just think about what I actually want to do at Christmas and who with, and organise our plans by that. And I thought, I've never had my mum and stepdad for dinner, and that might be nice. I would like to do that with them and for them, no other reason. I normally always have my dad. I think my dad assumes that he's coming every year. He turns up, he'll eat the food, he'll hang around a bit. Now, I'm not going to make any slights on Ian because you know that he is a solid part of my life and in the past of this vlog. But if I didn't invite him and then harass him to come, he may not come, or he may, who knows. But I just think I'd like to be more intentional about how I spend my time instead of doing what I've always done, which I'm actually discovering through therapy is people pleasing. So I thought, I'm going to try and please myself. Anyway, loads to do. I better crack on. I will tell you more of everything later. Hello. So I have some updates. It's been a very busy couple of days with work. I've been chained to the laptop, and I always have, since I started, always been there a couple of months. I have to plan ahead for the next couple of weeks because it involves quite a lot of travel. So I've got to book the travel to make sure I can get to the places, and then because it's so many different offices, I've got to book the desks because it's good etiquette, and then I've got to plan my private life around making sure I can get up at the crack of dawn to do the travel. So lots done, lots of meetings, lots of travel booking for the next couple of weeks. Quite excited actually, because an event's come up next week, and it's an engineering event where we could potentially get some candidates, because I work in recruitment and that's what it's all about. And it's in Coventry, my hometown that I've made an absolute career out of getting away from and living as far away as possible from and not visiting. And actually I feel quite drawn to go to the event because I need to go anyway. I don't need to, I've offered, but I think that would be lovely. That would be really nice, considering that's where my career began, to pop back with someone from my new team and check in. Actually, that's very funny because I've just realised that the day before I've got the day off to go and visit my best friend who also lives back in Coventry. So can't wait to spend next week in Coventry. Anyway, back to this week. I realised after watching the vlog footage back yesterday of whatever it was, the first piece of this vlog, my hair looked absolutely bloody terrible. It might have actually been the last vlog. It looked terrible, guys. Someone should have told me. I just forget that getting your hair cut is a thing. So unless I'm going for a restyle or a colour or like it's a change of season or a special occasion, I don't go and get my hair cut. So I panicked, managed to make an appointment for a haircut today at lunchtime, and in that time when I thought I wasn't sure if I was going to get one, I said to the man cub, look, I've looked it up on YouTube, if I can't get an appointment you're going to have to cut my hair today, and he agreed, which is comical, and that's what I was going to do. But thankfully the lady replied and she was like, I could squeeze you in today at lunchtime. So here I am with trimmed hair. I hope you'll agree the ends look very much maintained, and she restyled my fringe back in as well, which had become ridiculous. I didn't take it before and after because I'm very busy, but I feel better and that's what counts. So tonight I'm cooking a recipe from the Waitrose mag that I got last week. I've had it open on the dining table and I've been reading it at points, and there's this great looking chocolate cake recipe in that I'm wondering, baking on the weekends has become quite a thing for me now. I'm considering making it, or alternatively I'm sure I saw a recipe for an apple cake which feels very seasonal and could be a delight. I don't know if I can see the apple cake one. I'll find it later anyway. I'll find it before the end of the vlog. But tonight I'm going to make this, which is now, because I've just finished work, crispy chicken thighs with mushrooms and rice. Sounds absolutely gorgeous. I think we'll forego the green beans because I didn't buy any because neither of us like green beans. So I'm going to tackle that in a minute. Looking forward to it. I also need to decide whether I'm making the salmon pasta dish that I bought the ingredients for packed lunch, because I've not eaten well this week at home, as in I've like either just grabbed a cup of soup or yeah, I've just not eaten badly, I've just not eaten. So not terrible, because I'm not like, I don't need the meal, I've got enough fat, but probably not good for brain power, etc. So yeah, I did save a very good salmon recipe that I saw to cook. So it's crunch time, guys. I need to decide if I'm going to make that now and take it into the office with me tomorrow. Great news, we finally looked at the wardrobe doors for in here, realised IKEA doesn't have a perfect solution, unfortunately. Not sure what our neighbour found, but it didn't fit what we wanted. So we've ordered the MDF cut to size with enough for panelling on the front. The man cub is going to attach it all and then we'll paint it whatever colour we want when we've decided how we're decorating this room, which we haven't decided yet because we've been debating it hotly. But today I've offered the man cub an offer I think he can't refuse, which was, I will let you decide on the decor for our bedroom. I don't currently like the idea he's got. If you let me do the living room. He doesn't like the idea I've got for the living room. So I've given him some time to consider and I'll check back tomorrow. So I think that's about it. I'd better go and put the dinner on before the boys are back. I've thought of an outfit for tomorrow, so as long as the temperature doesn't increase, it's literally cold as hell here, so it shouldn't be a risk. As long as nothing changes, that should be fine. I can't show you because I've had to put the shirt in the wash, but I have got the inspo picture. This is what I should look like, so you will see in the morning if I've achieved that, because I will try and grab a quick shot before I head off into London. So let's go and get the oven on. morning. Well, I was woken up by baby in the night, but I popped him in with the man cub and I went and slept in the spare room, so I don't feel terrible, which is excellent news. It's 5:30. I'm just oiling my cuticles at 5:30. Nothing bothers me more than sitting on the train looking down at my hands, and they're scruffy. So I gave them a quick coat of polish last night, and I'm still using my oil from Orb in Uppingham, so it's lasted like a year. So I'm pretty pleased with those. They look quite decent. I do hope that the other train passengers appreciate my efforts. I've got on my outfit that I thought I would. I don't know if you'll be able to see the shoes, but I still haven't got any new loafers, so I'm wearing my Ralph Lauren loafers. That scene is so busy. It couldn't be busier. Very happy with my cute little haircut and my fringe, and I do need to put on some mascara, but I'm going to try that on the train, I think, because the first few stops there's usually... Alright, morning Dorothy. There's normally nobody else on it. Right, well I better go or I won't be on it. Morning. Oh, thank goodness it's Friday. I am exhausted. Yesterday was a great day. I had a great day at work. I had a brilliant meeting. I was with a colleague all day. I learnt some stuff. I had a really lovely day. But for some reason in the afternoon, something, I'm assuming that I ate, bloated me so badly, and this keeps happening to me. It used to happen years ago, but I haven't had it for a long time. But recently it's been happening on and off again, and I can't quite identify what it is that I'm eating that's causing this. But my stomach was swelled up. I was in really bad pain. The journey back on the train was so difficult. It was just awful. I ended up standing up all the way. So when I came home, I did not make the dinner from the weekly dinner list. I ran a bath for me and baby Henry, and then we got into my bed and I let him watch TV, and I just watched him, and I was happy with that. And the man cub, bless him. The man cub brought me tea and toast because I said that's the cure for everything. I was confident I could eat that, and I did. And we went to sleep pretty early, which is just as well because baby Henry did not sleep well. He's got a blocked nose and he was grinding his teeth. He must have gotten that from me as well. I also grind my teeth. So, yeah, all things considered, I don't feel that terrible, actually. I'm up, I've done the nursery work, still way before work time, so I'm just getting tidied up a little bit, and then I'm going to meet my neighbour, my friend, for some breakfast at the coffee shop up here on the estate, so it's really nearby, so I can fit that in before work. Then I've got a day of meetings and work, so hopefully I'll be in much better form. I'm listening to a podcast at the moment, actually. I started a new one, ironically. I started it a few days ago, and it's about gut health. Let me see if I can find it. And diet, because this has been an ongoing problem for me for years. It's not a new problem. and I do generally eat quite well, but I'm wondering if I may have developed an intolerance to milk, because one thing I did have yesterday, and that I often have when I'm in London, is a coffee from Gales, and I don't know what milk they use. I love the coffee, it's delicious. The only thing is I don't get it every time, so I am going to have to start a food diary to try and work out what it is. The podcast is called the Doctor's Kitchen Podcast, and this one is called Ways to Fight Inflammation and Heal Your Body. I had read something about inflammation the other day, which is what led me to go and find a podcast about it, because some of these unexplained pains and upsets that you have in your body that aren't a diagnosable thing, there's nothing specifically wrong, I think, from lots of different reading over the years, may be attributed to inflammation. So I'm very interested in that. I've always sort of dismissed gut health as like not a thing, and I'm beginning to regret that deeply, aren't I? So I think I need to look into that a little bit more and consider what I'm eating. Right, I'm going to sort my kitchen out and sort my life out. Ian, my dad, was a DJ when we were younger on top of his engineering job, and we would often go out with him because it was so cool that Dad did parties and events and stuff. He liked really modern music, and he had this classic, when it was last orders somewhere at the bar, he would say, sort your drinks out, sort your lives out. And I dare say that one day when I'm making a speech about Ian's life, I'm going to pop that in there somewhere along with lots of his other phrases, such as Gordon Bennett, and what else is the other one? Cheap as chips. There's many. I could write a book. I definitely think I've got a book in me, but I have to go, or I'll be here all day. Wow, today is flying by. I've just come down to make some lunch. As usual, the day revolves around food. Breakfast was lovely. I had pancakes with mixed berries and vegan cream, it said, and I had a s'mores latte. I'm so bad for I'm like, yeah, I'm a coffee drinker, but I think it's frowned upon to have syrups in it, and sometimes I do. So today's recipe is also from the Waitrose magazine. It's a salmon pasta. I could have done with making it a couple of days ago actually and having a few portions, but here we are. I'm just going to make one for today because I think we'll be out at lunchtime tomorrow. Hopefully, it should be. We are due to go to the Artisan Fair over in Grantham. The man has got to pop out in the morning though and do a really quick job. So hopefully we won't be too late, so I'm looking forward to that. So this looks really quick. I've only got 30 minutes anyway because I've got a meeting, so let's hope it's true to its word. Ingredients are really quick because it is spinach, fresh smoked salmon, and as opposed to cooked salmon, I assume smoked salmon actually just means fresh salmon. This kind of salmon. This kind of salmon, smoked salmon. Creme fraiche, lemon, I've got plenty of those. I love when I've got fresh ingredients in. It makes just mentally the food, every meal, every mouthful tastes delicious. And cream cheese. So it really is a simple one. I get the timer on, cook the pasta, chuck it in the pan, wash these bottles. Oh, last night I was so tired when I got in, not a single job got done, so I was drowning in chores this morning, which reminds me I need to put Henry's washing out. It's actually become dry and sunny. The weather has been rotten for days, so this piece of sun is actually a blessing, so I can probably put his stuff outside, but I think instead of going wild putting it on the washing line, I don't know that I've got that level of confidence in the weather. I think I'll just get out the little airer, but like one gust of wind that's too much and the air is into next year, so I'll pop it out and see how we go, because this stuff's tiny and it dries quite quickly. The flowers that my mum got me last weekend, I would never have picked that colour myself, but look how beautiful they are. They've bloomed and they're gorgeous. In other news, I'm just like flipping from one thing to another here, aren't I? I'm like, and this and this and this. That's because I've been working, I was working out of home yesterday and been so busy, so I've gathered up things that are happening. I can't remember if I told you that I'm just making a little autumn play scene for Henry. So I've been collecting bits and bobs and I need to get some more leaves and whatnot. We've got conkers, and then I'm going to go to, I think, the range, because I assume that's where parents get their stuff from. I'm not a skilled cameraman, as you're probably learning. I'm going to get him some craft stuff, and maybe on Sunday lay it all out for him to have an autumn little craft play. And I had an idea. I saw this book and I ordered it, and I've gotten two actually, because I've gotten one for our friend that's got a little boy, because everyone's got little boys. So I saw this book and I thought it'd go really cutely with the little autumn play scene. So I just love books. I love them so much. Oh, look inside. Oh my god, this is so cute. He loves books, and do you know what I love about that? I loved books as a kid and as a teenager and now. So growing up, as soon as I was allowed to walk down our village on my own, I would go to the village library and get out as many books as I can, which was 6 was the maximum, and I would read them all as quick as I could, take them all back like 2 days later and get another 6. I was what you would absolutely call a bookworm. So I love that Henry loves books. I'm just so happy to see him pick up a book. So I don't mind buying him a book anytime. So I'm excited for that. So I think we might do that on Sunday. Actually, I better change the water on these flowers. I'm absolutely terrible for that. I meant to mention actually, when I was shopping, when I popped into the shops on Sunday to do the food shop last week, I went into Aldi by myself, which was quite dangerous. And I found a cookbook stand. I'd been looking at some online that were, I think I was looking at Hudson Home, and I checked loads of different online businesses, and I was looking at these lovely brass gold coloured cookbook stands, and they were 20 to 30 pounds, and I couldn't justify paying that. I'd considered a wooden one. They had a wooden one in Aldi, and I picked one up and I put it on here, and I've been loving like looking at it. When I go past, I just think to myself, ah, that's cute, what a lovely little arrangement. And I know that the man cub hates it, so really its days are numbered. It's only a matter of time before he forces me to remove it, which is very sad for me, because you'd think that the kitchen is my safe space. I do like 99% of the cooking, so if it's gone in a few days, you know why. Right, onto this. I haven't got much time, and actually it's a really simple recipe. This poor bowl, I just caught sight of it. It's had the absolute life beaten out of it, probably me. Right, it says put your smoked salmon in a bowl in strips, and 80 ml of reduced fat creme fraiche. Well, this is 300, so half would be 150, so it's just less than half. So I'm guessing that's enough. Along with 1 tablespoon of pasta cooking water. I've probably just about got 1 tablespoon because I've just drained it. A generous twist of black pepper. Nothing worse than biting into a bloody piece of cracked pepper, but here we go. Who am I to argue with the Waitrose gurus? Then leave to infuse. Do we stir it? How does it infuse? God, I love that. Such a vague recipe. The one the other day said, tear strips of mushroom. Just tear your mushroom casually. I must say it looked better. Right, I've tipped my spinach into a colander. I've done quite a lot of spinach in the spirit of eating whole foods. When the pasta is cooked, scoop out a mug of cooking water and drain the pasta over the spinach to wilt it. Sorry guys, I actually already tipped away that water, so I'm going to compromise and I'm going to put boiling water over my pasta and let that drain over the spinach and try and wilt it that way. I was in a rush and I just quickly drained it. What's a girl to do? I'll stir this, but if necessary I can put the spinach in the Microwave to wilt it for a couple of seconds. What does it say next? Return the pasta to the pan off the heat. Add the spinach and the mixture with lemon zest. Okay, that's interesting. Where did the cream cheese come in, or did I make that up? Oh, I seem to have made it up. Do you know what? I'm going to add some chives to this for a bit of flavour, because I appreciate this is really fresh and natural and lovely, but also I like my food to be tasty. And I happen to have some fresh chives from the meal the other night, so chives it is.
There's enough space on the table for one. The little boy. I want to hear him.
You've got the thing.
Pizza. Pizza stuck on the edge. That's what's the hutch. Hutch. And the rush. Hutch.
Hi.
The pizza?
Want pizza? Coming. Coming. Pizza.
My head in. Pop my head in.
That's too big for you.
To see you. He jumped off the sofa and just followed me.
Pizza.
Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, baby.
Pizza, baby, pizza.
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 Hug.
Is it a hug? Are you
Look
blow
at his baby lips.
As if the weather's treating us this way.
Landed on Saturday.
Right. Careful. That's basically what I wanted.
They are
Small
beautiful.
version.